You've probably never heard of the DGET function, yet it's just as useful as these three super popular lookup functions. So let me show you not just how to use it, but also how it's better than each of them in specific scenarios. Let's get into it. Here in this table, you can see we have the countries, their products, and the sales figures. And suppose that we want to find out specifically for the country of Poland, what are their sales? Intuitively, you might think of using a VLOOKUP function, so let's try that first and compare it to the DGET function next. So we'll type VLOOKUP, hit the tab key, we're just looking for Poland, comma, and the table array is just the entire table, so we'll select all of it with Ctrl+Shift down, Ctrl+Shift right, comma, and the column index number is where is the sales located or the result that we want. So we count from the left to the right, so 1, 2, 3, it's gonna be the third column, comma, and we just want an exact match. Close those parentheses and hit enter. You can see we get 23,000, so that looks right. And let's now try with the DGET function. For this, we just type equals DGET, hit the tab key, and the database is simply the whole table. Make sure we select the headers too, Ctrl+Shift down, Ctrl+Shift right, comma. The field is the answer we're looking for, so we're looking for sales, comma, and the criteria is what are we filtering by, and we want to select not just the country header here, but also the country of Poland itself, so from F7 to F8. We can then close up parenthesis and hit enter. You can see we get the exact same answer, and arguably the formula is slightly easier. The nice thing here is that the DGET function is dynamic. Under the VLOOKUP, if we decide to switch this to the product, you'll notice that nothing actually changes. That's because we manually had to put in the column number to number 3, which we would then need to change to number 2. Instead, with the DGET function, I can change that to the product, and you'll see how it automatically updates to sausage. And if you want to download this Excel file to follow along, head over to a link in the description below to download it for free. At this point, you might be thinking there's way better alternatives than a VLOOKUP, like an XLOOKUP or an INDEXMATCH. So let's see how it compares to an INDEXMATCH first. Here you can see we have a slightly different table with the countries and the sales by month. And so with an INDEXMATCH, we want to try to find for the country of Poland what their sales are specifically in April. We can type equals index first, and the array is simply the entire table, so Ctrl+Shift down, Ctrl+Shift right, comma. The row number, that's where we add our first match. So firstly, we need to match by the country, and then we're gonna match by the months. So the lookup value is Poland, comma. We can find Poland within this list of countries, so select the header 2 there, comma, and we want an exact match. We'll close up parenthesis, comma, but we're not quite done. We also need to match it by the month of April. So we use another match function in here where the lookup value is we're looking for April, comma, and the lookup array is we can find it in this top part right here. We'll select all of the columns, comma, and we want an exact match. We can then close both parentheses, one for the match and the other for the index from the start. Hit enter there, and we get for Poland in the month of April, it's around 8,000, so that looks correct. As you've seen here with an index match, it's quite a difficult formula, yet when we use the DGET, it's definitely easier and faster. We just want to select the entire database, so from top to bottom here, comma, and the field is going to be April. That's the answer that we want, comma, and the criteria is that it's April within the country column, and that has to be equals to Poland. So we'll select those two, close up parentheses and hit enter. Because we use the index match, we can now change the month and it's dynamically updating, but we can say the exact same thing about the DGET function. The DGET function looks quite promising so far, but let's take it up a level and compare it to the XLOOKUP. Over here is the file we're working with, and we're now not just looking for the month of April, but also for the month of January. So we can type equals XLOOKUP first, and we'll try that out. We're just looking for Poland, comma, within the range of countries, Ctrl+Shift down to select all of the column there, comma, and as the return, we're looking specifically for April here, so we'll select that entire column, close up parentheses and hit enter. It's really that simple with the XLOOKUP. And with the DGET function, it's not that different, so it's also gonna be quite easy. We just select the entire database here, comma. The field is going to be the April, so that's the answer we want, comma. And we want it filtered through this criteria that the country has to be Poland. We can close that parenthesis and we'll get the same answer. Now let's see what happens if we try to copy this along for January, but first we should lock the relevant areas. So this I4 right here, which represents Poland, we just want to press the F4 key so it has the dollar signs such that it doesn't move. Now we can just Control C and Control V to paste that. You'll notice, however, when we do that, nothing actually changes, and that's because we manually inputted the month of April. If we wanted to change this, we would have to delete this area and select the month of January to get the right answer. However, when we use the DGET function, let's click inside of it. We first want to fix the specific range that we selected, so the country and the Poland part. We can fix that with the F4 key and hit enter. Now we can just drag it to the side and you see we get the same answer without having to make any changes. But you might be thinking, hey, that's not a very fair comparison as the XLOOKUP has a ton of other features like the approximate match using the wildcard. Well, you might be surprised to hear that the DGET function has something built in that's superior to a wildcard. Before I show you that, if you find this tutorial a bit too fast or too advanced with concepts like a wildcard or an index match, I recommend you check out our Excel for Business and Finance course. There, we'll go over all of the essentials you need to know, ranging from formatting best practices and shortcuts, to building awesome visual dashboards, creating large dynamic financial models, and much more. This is basically the course I wish I had before working in an Excel-heavy corporate role. If that sounds interesting, check out the link in the description below. And if you want more than just Excel, we also have a ton of other courses including Power BI, Finance and Valuation, and much more. Alright, back to the video. As I mentioned, the DGET function has a built-in wildcard feature. So let's take a look at this example. Let's suppose that we have Esteban and we want to know his sales. That said, we don't really remember his surname from this list. That's where using the wildcard with the XLOOKUP comes handy. And next we'll show you the easier alternative with the DGET function. So we just type equals XLOOKUP, hit the tab key. We're looking for Esteban, but that's not his exact name. So for an approximate match, we're gonna add an ampersand and in quotations just add an asterisk. This way, regardless of what he has as a surname, we'll be able to find a match. Hit the comma, we can find Esteban within this list of names, comma, and the return array is we want to find his sales, comma, and instead of the if not found feature, we want to go for the match mode, and we need to choose a wildcard character match. Select that, close that parenthesis, and hit enter. You can see we get 11,000, which is exactly this figure in the table. Now with the DGET, it's a lot easier than that. We just need to type the get here, and the database is this whole table over here, comma, and the field is the sales, comma, and we want the criteria to be the name and Esteban. Close the parenthesis and hit enter. You'll notice for the DGET, we don't actually need to do anything for the wildcard match. It just automatically comes in like that. Now I can type Carlos, which is this Carlos Sape, and Carlos over here as well, and we get the exact same figures, even though the DGET is much easier. If you're still not impressed with the DGET function, there's one more feature that I want to show you. Over here, let's suppose that we're not sure about this person's name as Carlos or Charlie, so we want to type both options. Technically speaking, this is an OR condition, so it should be Carlos or Charlie. We can actually add that in the DGET function, simply at the very end, just by dragging it to one more cell. So now we have from E7 to E9, hit enter there, and we still get Carlos. So what it's doing is it's checking for this name or for this other name, and whichever one is matching, it's going to return an answer for. If here we put George, let's say, you'll see that we have a George up here, and so we get his sales. One important note is that you can't have two names matching. So Louis here and George are both in this data set. If that's the case, we get an error. But if one is Louis and the other is Alexander, which is not in this dataset, you'll see that it defaults to choosing the one that it does match, which is Lewis. So essentially, the DGET function has a built-in OR condition. That said, not all functions are perfect, so let's go over some of the key limitations. And the very first one, going back to this VLOOKUP example, is the headers. So here we've added the same headers as in this table, but if I change this from country to countries, for instance, you'll notice we now get an error. So you always have to have the exact same headers. An easy way to avoid this error is simply by linking it to the table's headers. This way you're never really going to have a typo, as when one changes, let's say I change to countries over here, it's also gonna update on this side and the function will work well. The second limitation is how we structure our answer. Looking at the index match example we saw earlier, if we structured the question like this, so country Poland, month April, and we want to find the sales, in this vertical format, the DGET function no longer works, as we need to have the header and the country right next to each other like so. That said, the index match still works perfectly under this structure. And the final limitation is that you can't drag the formula down. For example, in this scenario, if we wanted the sales for Poland and also for Spain, we can just type that easily, and from here I can just drag that down, and it's not a problem to do that with the XLOOKUP function. If we try doing the same thing down below with the DGET function, I first need to make sure this April is locked correctly, so I'm just gonna put a $sign on the 8 here, so we can drag it to the side. Just gonna drag that like so, and now suppose we want to try to drag it down. You'll notice our answer doesn't actually change, and even if I drag this down all the way to Spain, so I'm just gonna take that and drag that one down, we still get an error, so we're unable to use it when the header and the first row aren't together. So if we wanted to use Spain, we would just need to add a new country, April and January row up over here. Awesome! As you've seen, the DGET function is a great alternative to the VLOOKUP, the XLOOKUP, and the INDEXMATCH. That said, there is one very powerful function we haven't covered in this video, which is the filter function that you can learn more about with this other video over here, or by taking our Excel course over here. Hit the like and the subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.